Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Wednesday, where every Wednesday I post a new video. In today's video I am going to be trying something that I've never done before. I was asked if I can do a gnome in a bathtub, so this is what we're going to do today. Like I said, I've never done it before, but we're going to attempt it together. So yeah, so basically what you're going to need for this project is I got this little, it's one of the tin pans from Dollar Tree, and I'll grab a metal one so y'all can see what it look like. So this is what it looks like, and I went ahead and painted mine white. And yeah, so you're going to need one of the little pans from Dollar Tree. I have two different size styrofoam balls. One is going to be for the head and the other is going to be for his nose. And then I have one here that I'm going to use to boost my gnome up a little bit, so when I put him in the bathtub. You're going to need some faux fur. You're going to need a curl rod. It's flexible. I'm going to be using some star glitter, and I'm going to be using this in my bathtub. I am going to be using a peach color felt. This is what it looks like. It's flesh or peach. Piece of cardboard, pencil, an X-Acto knife, hot glue gun with glue sticks, scissors. You are going to need, I am going to be using a PVC pipe. Normally for my gnomes, I normally use a styrofoam triangle, but for this one, I am going to be using a PVC pipe. I think it's called like the elbow or something. And also, you're going to be needing poly filler or pillow fluff or whatever you call it. You're going to need it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera down so we can just get into the video. Okay, so what I did first, you see this writing here? I went ahead, I'm going to turn it this way because I went ahead and covered this because I am going to take some stickers and put bath time across this. So I am going to turn this way, and I'm just going to go ahead and set that there. So first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take my PVC pipe, and I'm going to set it, I'm going to turn it this way and set it down off in here like that. But what I'm going to do before I put that down, I am going to just give this a little bit of a lift. So I'm just going to take my hot glue and put it around here. And this, as I mentioned before, is going to be my gnome body. And it's probably going to be a little bit hard to see some of the things I'm doing, so I'm just going to talk through it because everything is white. My lighting is white. And I'm just going to go ahead and let this set here and dry. So I'm going to set that to the side and let it go. Now, next, I am going to take my felt. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover the gnome with this. So I'm just going to go ahead, and this is going to be the gnome's head, and I'm going to go ahead and just put hot glue all the way around it. Be very careful that you don't burn your fingers. I can't tell y'all how many times I burnt myself. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze some around here like this. And then I am going to take this, and we're just going to put this right down on top, just like this. And I'm just going to give this a little tug as I put it on here, just to help smooth everything out. And now I'm just going to go ahead and fold everything over like this and glue this down. So once again, I'm just going to put some right on the back. And this is going to be our gnome's head. And I'm just going to go ahead, fold this very carefully over so that I don't burn myself. And I'm going to go ahead and finish covering this. So once you get your foam ball all covered, you're going to go ahead, and I already did, you're going to go ahead and cut it out. And this is what it should look like once it's cut out. Just like this. And you're just going to set that to the side. Now we're going to grab that same felt, and we're just going to go ahead and cover his nose. So I'm just going to do the same thing. Put some hot glue all around this. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick this on. Just like this. And I'm just going to rub this little bit that I got on my desk off. And get this off of my fingers. And now we're just going to go ahead and go all the way around. Just like this. And I am being very, very careful not to burn my fingers, because I am going to need them. So now, just going to continue to go around, just like this. Flip it over. Continue. And you want to make sure you have every inch of it closed or covered. There we have it. Now I'm just going to hold this here and let it dry a little bit. Grab my scissors, and then I'm just going to go ahead and cut it out. Put that to the side. And now I'm going to take my nose and hot glue it down about where I want it to be. So I'm just going to turn it, put some hot glue right on top. And then we're just going to stick it right in the middle. Hold it until it dries. Now I am going to take my base. This is going to be, as I mentioned before, this is going to be the body of the gnome, and it's going to go in just like this. But what I'm going to do first is I am going to go ahead, because I want him to be leaning this way. So I'm going to go ahead and put some hot glue here and put this on and let it dry. So once you get it glued on, it should look like this. I know it looks a little crazy, but it's going to work out, I promise. So now what we're going to do is put some hot glue down here. We're just going to stick it in the pan. So I'm going to stick this, I'm going to put this here because the light is hitting it and it's making it very bright. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and stick my gnome down off in here, just like this. Now I got him in. I'm just going to go ahead and put him right here. I'm going to move him off to the side. Now what we're going to do is I am going to work on his shower cap. So I started off with a plastic bag. It was actually one of the Dollar Tree plastic disposable gloves. This is what I started off with, and this is going to be my shower cap. And since I have some old pieces of towel laying around, I am just going to go ahead and tuck this up in here. And I'm going to see how well this is going to look. Okay, so I decided not to go with the blue in the towel. I decided to just use the clear bag as is. And this is going to serve as my shower cap for my gnome. So I'm just going to stick this right here just to see how it's going to look. And I think it'll be fine. But before I do that, I am going to go ahead and grab my beard. Now what I did was I took my faux fur. And this is what it looks like. And I went ahead, took my X-Acto knife, and cut out a piece so we can use this as his beard. So I'm just going to clean out a little bit of this. And I'm just going to go ahead and just cut this down a little more. So very carefully, I am taking my knife, my X-Acto knife, and cutting this down just a little bit. And now I'm just going to go ahead and cut across. So yeah, with your X-Acto knife, you need to be very careful that you don't cut yourself. So far I have not. And obviously I need to get it sharpened. There we go. So here it is. I just cut it out and made it a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to go ahead and and glue this here. So I'm going to go ahead and get these little blue pieces out of his beard. So I'm just going to go ahead, take my glue, stick it through here like this, stick it around. Got it like this. Now very carefully take it and we're just going to stick it right on our gnome. And like I mentioned before, this is my first time doing a gnome in the bathtub. So hopefully he comes out just as cute as the other gnomes that I've done in the past. So yeah, I'm just gluing it in, putting everything in place, gluing his gnome beard on. And this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to pull this up to the side like that. Now what we're going to do is I am going to go ahead and take some of my my polyfill that I have here. And like I mentioned before, these are just going to serve as the little bubbles. Like when you run your bubble bath. And then I will go ahead and glue this down in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and just play around with it to see how I like it. Okay, I'm going to take that out. Now, before I do anything else, I am going to put my towel in place. So I took an old towel that I had that was stained up, that was no good anymore. And since I don't like throwing away anything, I figured why not use it. So I am going to go ahead and fold this. And since this is going to be his little towel that he needs to dry off, I'm going to go ahead and place this here. And we're just going to go ahead and glue it down. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue down through here just to seal up the ends. And then I'm just going to go ahead, pop this over like this. So a little bit of glue here. And we're just going to go ahead, stick this down on here just like this. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down through here just to hold it in place. And this is what we have so far. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and put in our polyfill. So I'm just going to stick these down off in here like this. I'm going to do this like that. And I'm going to go ahead and stick his beard out of the way. And I'm making sure that I go all the way with the bubbles. So you want to go all the way around and just stick it in the back all over. So basically, we just making sure we have him all covered. So I got a little extra, and I'm just going to go ahead and tuck some back here like this, because I wanted him to be covered in those bubbles. So I'm just going to turn it around and stick some back here like that. So this is what we have so far. And I'm just going ahead and getting everything out and fluffed up so his beard is on top of the water and not down off in it. I think that makes it a little cuter to have his beard hanging over like this. Okay, so now that we have that in, I am going to go ahead and move this out of the way. So I have this glitter that I was telling y'all about, and I'm just going to put a little bit on top of the bubbles just to make it, give it just a little more extra detail. So I'm just going to take some of these out and just shake a little in my hand, and this is what they look like. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them in the bathtub. And it just adds for a little extra color in the tub. Or you can just use glitter. It's really up to you. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop those down off in here. Like this. And that's, can you see it on camera? I hope so. It's really pretty. So we're going to leave that like this. And now, what I'm going to do is show y'all how I made his cute little, if I can hold on to it, gnome slipper. I'm just going to grab my scissors. And I'm just going to cut that little bit off. So, yeah, here is his little slipper. And we're just going to set that there. Now, what I did to make that slipper, I took my piece of cardboard and my pencil, and all I did was I simply drew out a shoe. So, let me see. I'm going to turn this down so y'all can see. So, I'm going to try to press hard. So, what I did was I just drew out the shape of a foot, rounded it off. And you can make this literally as big or as little as you want. So, yeah, so basically all you're doing is you're just making the shape of a house shoe or a slipper. Or if you have a doll shoe, you can just trace it and there you have it. So I cut it out and this is what I ended up with. So I have a piece of that faux fur, and I'm just going to go ahead, put some hot glue right on the slipper. Grab another glue stick, and we're just going to go ahead, put hot glue all around it. And now we're just going to turn this upside down and put this right on top of the faux fur. Now I'm going to take my glue gun and I'm just going to go all the way around the whole shoe. So you're just going to go all the way around, just gluing it in place, just like that. Hold it there, let it dry. Now I am going to take my scissors and cut this out. I don't recommend you use scissors, but since it's just for his shoe, it's okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. And then I'm going to trim it up. And I'm going ahead and following in the pattern that I traced the shoe in. So there we have that. Now I'm just going to pull that off. And you're just going to turn your shoe back around. And now just going to go in with your scissors and just cut around the ends. Just like this. And yeah, you're going to have some fall off, but it's totally fine. I'm just going to cut this because this is just going to be the inside of the shoe. So there we have this. So this is what it looks like. Now we have the flap here also cut out of foam board or cardboard, and I'm just going to bend it a little bit, and we're going to come back with that. I'm just going to cut this off. We're just going to cut that. We're going to take our piece of cardboard and we're just going to put this right on top. Perfect fit. Squeeze some down. Put this on top. Just like that. Hold it in place. Let it dry. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my scissors and cut off the extra that's sticking out. That's it. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bend it like this. And we're just going to put it down right on top. So we're just going to go ahead, take it, put some hot glue on the ends. And we're just going to glue this right on top. Just like this. Hold it here. Allow it to dry. So I'm just going to hold this here and let it dry. And I'm just going to take my scissors and get any of the extra that's around. And here is our gnome slippers. How cute are they? I'm just going to cut a little bit off. There we have it. Here we have our gnome slippers. I'm just going to bring my gnome back. Now you have two. I'm going to give y'all another option. So if you don't want to put like a plastic bag on your gnome head since he is in the shower, you can also take a towel and wrap it around the head. If that's let me see. If that's what you choose to do, I think I want to put a towel around mine instead of the curl bag. We'll see. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with the little curl bag that I made. So, and yep, my gnome ball head. I'm just gonna put this on just like this. Since gnomes usually have their heads covered anyway, I think I want mine to be a little bit on the ball head side. So I'm just gonna move that little blue piece, and yeah. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and use this as my curl bag. Keep in mind, this is my first time doing a gnome in a bathtub. and I am actually liking it. So here's what we have so far. Now, if you want to give your gnome arms and like make him holding something, you can, and I'll show y'all how to do that. So let's set this to the side. So we have our flexible rod here, and I'm going to go ahead and bend it and then cut it in half. So let's cut it here. And you should end up with 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and take some hot glue and put it down through here just to hold it in place. Like this. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you're just going to put a little bit of hot glue. Just enough to hold it. And then we're going to take some of that felt that we had left over. And I'm just going to cut this, and we're just going to go ahead and use these for his arms. And I'm going to leave this part out, the white part out. So you're just going to go ahead and fold it and glue. So I'm just going to start here, put a layer of hot glue down, put this right on top of that hot glue, and then we're just going to go ahead and roll it. Just like this. And I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of glue, continue to roll it. And now I'm just going to put some hot glue here so I can seal it off. There we have that. And I'm just going to go ahead, cut here, and then we're just going to cut off this extra, put a little bit of hot glue here to seal the ends like this, hold it until it dries, and then you're going to make one more. So now that we have both arms cut out and wrapped, we can go ahead and stick the arms on. So I'm just going to put one right here. So I'm just going to pull his beard up, grab my hot glue, and we're just going to go ahead and attach it right to that what did I say that was? Oh, the PVC pipe. Now, I've used PVC pipe to make a couple different things, dolls included. So I'm just gonna, and I think I want to have this, I want to have his arm resting like that. Or you can even put stuff in his arm, like you could put a drink in his arm, in his hands. I mean, you can literally do whatever at this point. You can make it whichever way you think would look would look the best. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one on, and then I'll see if I want to put anything in his hand, maybe even a drink or a cell phone. It's really like you can literally do whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down. Okay, so I decided to give him a little cell phone, and what I did was took a piece of cardboard, cut it in half to resemble a cell phone, and just covered it in black felt, and this is what it ended up looking like. And I'm just going to stick it right there. So I'm going to grab some hot glue, and we're just going to go ahead and stick this just like this. And I'm just going to move his arm up a little, like that. So this is what it looks like. And if you want to put a drink or something in his hands too, you can do that. So here's what it looks like. So I decided to just go ahead and put the cell phone in his hand, like this. And then just make his arm off to the side over here like that. And now I have a piece of that towel here that we're just gonna display. So it's gonna be displayed just like this. And then I'm gonna put the gnome here, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and take the slippers and display it this way. And I'm gonna glue this down on a base because it's gonna be in a bathroom and it's gonna be setting up on a shelf. So I'm gonna glue everything like that, but this is it. And here we go. I think it turned out pretty cute. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my camera up. So yeah, that's it for this video. Once again, here it is, our little gnome. Hopefully you can see this in the tub. I'll turn it down one quick. So yeah, here it is. So yeah, if you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you would like to see any other type of crafting video, please let me know in the comment box below. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. And if for any reason y'all are having a hard time seeing what I was doing in this video, please let me know, because I will redo the video over for y'all, and I'll use maybe a darker color gnome and maybe make the tub a little darker so everything shows up on camera. So yeah, let me know if y'all are having a hard time seeing anything that I did. Please, 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 please let me know and I'll redo it. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.